I'm old dad. This is first. This is what I learned from being. I know everyone's been doing the children's thing in the poems tonight, but what I learned from being a stay-at-home dad. Number one, the fourth trimester is the hardest. 2, after singing Yellow Submarine 500 times, one tends to forget one's name. 3, caffeine was invented for new parents. 4, rock and roll was invented to drown out screaming babies. 5, stay-at-home dads don't share information like moms do. 6, most men don't grok stay-at-home dads. 7, swimming pools make your kids sick. 8, 2 kids are harder than 1. Really? 9, more than 2 kids? What are you, high? 10, I can do this with tons of help. 11, sleep is overrated. 12, touching a nursing woman's breasts is unwise. 13, sex got me into this mess. 14, I love my life, I love my life. 15, let sleeping babies lie. 16, nanny nanny, who's got the nanny? This is a found poem. These are all real. It's the 10 most misleading B horror movie titles. 10, Beast with a Million Eyes. It has 2. 9, Frankenstein's Daughter. It's a man. 8, The She-Gods of Shark Reef. No gods, no sharks. 7, Robot Monster. No robots. 6, The Blood of Dracula. No Dracula. 5, Teenagers from Outer Space. No one in the cast is under 30 years old. 4, The Indestructible Man is destroyed. 3, It Conquered the World. It doesn't. 2, Teenage Zombies. There are no teenage zombies. 1, Frankenstein meets the space monster has absolutely nothing to do with Frankenstein. Okay, there's this book out called On Moral Politics, and the guys basically parsed the language of the left and right and discovered that we have about 3 words in common, like the, and if. And other than that, it's completely different. And they even raise their children differently. Now, on the right, they believe that, daddy, punish, big, angry God, makes you pay for your sins. And on the left, we believe in hugging and cuddling our children. They call that attachment parenting. So this is my take on what's actually going on right now. It's called, it's in this anthology that came out called DC Poets Against the War. It's called Empire Building. Put down the stick. Put it down. You could poke out an eye. Because Daddy said put it down. Do you want a timeout? No? Then put down the stick. Because Daddy said so. No rocks. Take that out of your mouth. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Okay, you're through. Timeout. Now sit in that chair. Stay there. I told you to stay put. I'm sorry you're crying. But that's too bad. Now sit. Because you might hurt somebody. That's why. You might hurt yourself. Now put that down. Stop it. I told you to stop it right now. Okay, give me the oil. Give it to me. Because I said so. Because you're not old enough to use that yet. Daddy spank. I mean it. Daddy spank. Bush has bombed his channel. Folding laundry in my dreams for Naomi Shihab Nye. I could fold laundry every day for 1,000 years and never satisfy the women in my life. The truth is, I was proud of my folding abilities until one lover confessed with a shrug that she had always refolded every single item in the basket upon my leaving the room. I understand something about compulsion. Nobody has ever filled the dishwasher exactly the way I want it filled. Never, ever. But this laundry issue can make or break any relationship. I know. So I practiced folding took to it like a new religion, learned how to fold napkins for weddings, practiced folding enough tables and chairs until I could set up the Roman Colosseum, mastered the art of origami, my specialty, Puff the Magic Dragon, worked in a laundromat until I could fold jeans like a Levi Strauss employee, folded decorative towels, slip covers, lawn furniture, money, folded knives, folded doors, folded bikes, learned how to fold myself, to flatten my bones like a mouse and slide through the cracks in the molding of our drafty house. Even that wasn't good enough. I spent hours learning to play expert poker so I could scream "fold" every time things were getting interesting. I tried protein folding, folding different parts of my anatomy into each other like a Russian nesting doll, until my proteins and amino acids resembled a room filled with different-sized corrugated boxes. After yet another relationship fell apart over my failure to fold lingerie correctly, I dreamed endlessly of paper airplanes, which I folded into so many intricate shapes they could never be expected to fly. And somehow they did, soaring higher than I imagine my laundry ever will. Reston Zoo, this is this little petting zoo for kids, 2004. 2-year-old Laurel asks to go uppy, so I lift her onto my left shoulder. I walk her around the Canada geese, who moments ago knocked her cup of seed from her hand and scared her with incredibly loud honking. Aggressive birds, easily twice her size. It's hot, a July day that won't quit. No shade. Our petting zoo picnic rushed so we can take the tractor ride, see the llamas, the zebra. At least that's what I remember. Hot, sweaty, restless, and so when I spot a set of steps near a penned area, I climb with sunburned Laurel in my arms. The pen appears to be empty. It takes a minute to spot them. Alligators, 2 of them, maybe 4 foot long, 5 max. It's broiling, but they have a little shade and a pond to slither in and out of. And they just sit there like logs. Alligators, I say, and I point like men always do. Look, and Laurel imitates me. Pointing, she says something in her too loud outdoor voice, and the closest alligator eyes open. Look, I say, he's awake, and he's moving. Closer and closer, faster than I've ever seen a large reptile move, until he's immediately below where I hold Laurel. No bars, no roof, just a daddy holding his daughter in his arms within plain view of a predator. The alligator waits, unhinges its jaws. No, I must be imagining things. I back down the stairs. The walls of the grassy pen as high as my chest. I watch the alligator as I circle the pen. He follows us. Laurel is laughing. I climb another set of stairs. Now the second alligator rushes over. This one startles us with a loud hiss. I finally understand. They think it's feeding time. They think I'm going to drop my baby into the pen. I squeeze Laurel tight to my chest. She's scared of the hissing, aware of my fear. She's started fussing. She wants mommy. We hustle back down the stairs to my wife and my older daughter, but I'm shaken. I have brushed up against something dank and dark and primeval, an alien mind where humans are meat. I want my mommy too. I want somebody to step in to protect me in a dangerous world where I'm not adequate enough to protect my daughter or myself. Valley of the Gods, Utah, 1994. 17 miles of dirt road once we turn off the highway. What's a dog doing way out here, my companion, a city girl? That's a coyote, I say. And when I raise the binocs for a closer look, he turns tail and blends into the sandstone. We're stopped in the middle of the road, no tourists, and in the distance, a plume of dust, like something from a B movie. They're moving really fast, whoever they are, she says. This dirt road, one slightly overweight lane, we're parked beside a wet arroyo. There are rocks in the bottom that could rip the transmission out of any American car. A strange apparition materializing among the desert flowers, a pink Cadillac convertible. And the driver hits the arroyo doing 50 miles per hour. Soaring in the air, crashing with a muffled thud, 2 women with big hair and Texas tags. And they've buried the caddy 2 feet into the banks. They aren't going anywhere. And it's not like we've seen a tow truck since the highway. The water also appears to be rising. I'm getting the feeling that we're witnessing the further adventures of Thelma and Louise if they've been rich and Republican. The women wave, no big deal. One climbs out of the car in faux leopard skin and heels, chugging a silver flask, offering us a drink. How you all? The other has whipped out a cell phone and is already yelling at somebody somewhere. And for all I know, they're still there, stuck up to their hubcaps in desert sand, increasingly defiant. Don't mess with Texas. You can hear one of them shouting, and Lord knows, no amount of sugar could ever sweeten that tea. Let's see. Got about 3 more here. Military Fantasia. War movies never get it right. The audience would never stomach the truth. At Agincourt, the outnumbered English soldiers were surrounded by bodies of the slain to a height of 18 feet deep. Imagine, they climbed atop the piles and continued to bludgeon and swing their swords and axes at the demoralized French cavalry. Antietam, Bloody Lane, the first 4 lines of Confederate infantry simply vanished in the grape shot. At Verdun, the pigs consumed the dying and the dead. Pigs will eat anything, including their young. Private Ryan is praised for accuracy, yet most soldiers were killed by the bones of their blown-apart buddies, piercing their skin as shrapnel, jawbones, arms, feet, fragments. Omaha Beach bloodier than Hollywood could ever hope to imagine, and still we find ways to send our children to war. Those who live by the sword die by the sword, and that's too good for them. Those who don't live by the sword also die by the sword, too frequently for my liking. How alpha males really think. Got it, want it, I can take him. Got it, tits, kick-ass wheels. Ass, got it, want it, I can take him. Beer, pussy. Beer, got it, want it, fag. Got it, need it, want it. What the fuck? His leg is bigger than I am. Tits, beer, steak, football, da bomb. This is a Django Reinhardt song, Wash, for him, I guess. Part 1. She's lost amidst her sleeping cubs like otters in a nature film. One girl horizontal across the bed, the other vertical with her hair fanned along my wife's stomach. How does she sleep? Buttery moonlight spotlights skin, softens everything. I watch from the doorway. Earlier, they were like tiny animals fighting sleep, melting down. Read me another story. So how did I become a boring old fart who writes poems like this one? And yet there's power in this jumble of bodies, in this simultaneous breathing. And I don't wish to disturb this magic wife, this family that doesn't appear to need me at all. 2. My wife has flown to Brazil, so I'm in bed, curved around my daughters. Impossible to sleep. I listen for every breath. One holds my hand in dreamy dreams, and the other flops like a salmon and kicks a leg over mine. Our birds never sleep either. Songs drifting upstairs from trees below. The world is coming to an end, they sing. The sky is falling. I lie awake in bed, clinging to my daughters, my life raft, painting them a bright future, painting them any future I can manage. The banana moon through the skylight, songs drifting, bossa nova, blue tide.